Oh, my good sir. Welcome. How can I help you?
Good day to you. I see you've dropped your prices.
Yes, Mr. McGrath. Business is indeed lamentable.
You have me at a disadvantage. Have we met?
No. But I know you, of course I do. You're Mrs. Priest's trusted ally.
Guilty as charged. Were you a Pennington man?
Not at all, sir. Mrs. Priest has my complete support. Nathaniel Sather. So very glad to meet you at last. I'm in trouble, and I need a banisher.
You have, as my granny would say, the power to talk the back legs off a two-footed donkey. But I bet you listen too. What do you hear hereabouts?
Little of interest. Pennington has signed John Rumble to the train band, which means nothing at all to me. I believe John was down the flooded mine. That can't have been fun. Maybe the militia will be good for him.
Huh? Never know who'll take to soldiering.
You say that, and I defer to your experience, but I'm sure it's not for me.
What do you think of Captain Pennington?
He was a man of honour and a fine soldier, whatever that means. But he was too old. A pity he didn't know when to stop. Still, what happened to him? I wish it hadn't.
The boy has not a bad word to say about anyone.
What do you think of Helen Priest then?
I'd put her in charge if I could. She's bright, trustworthy, thinks for herself. She's not married to old doctrine. People here are desperate. They're sick, they need courage. And Helen Priest fears nothing.
More generally, how fares Fort Jericho?
Our leader was removed from his position in the worst way possible. How do you think the fort fares? Badly. It fares badly.
So, salesman, sell me something, if you can.
My pleasure. Tell me, what do you need and what do you want?
What seems to be the trouble?
I'm sure this sounds silly, but I am an educated man, sir, and when I say this shop is haunted, I say it in all seriousness. We've had unexplained pilfering, though that has stopped since the widow Ingersoll ran away with the cash box. But I hear noises. I'm alone here now, you see. After the horrors this fort endured, could one of these monstrosities be hiding away in the store?
Right. That's a lot. Let me ask a few questions. See if we can sort this out.
Of course. Beg pardon.
Whose ghost haunts you, do you think? Any enemies? Lost loved ones, perhaps?
I'm well liked, and I've no enemies here. Not since Bathsheba took the cash box and fled. But I'd hardly call her an enemy.
Bathsheba. The eponymous Mrs. Ingersoll, I believe.
The widow Ingersoll, up to split her hair. We've had someone thieving our merchandise. The ghost is the final straw.
You mentioned a problem with pilfering. What's that about?
Bathsheba noticed it first. Cases would go missing. Oil, sugar of all things, spoons.
Do you have a suspect? Any idea where the stolen goods might be?
Not a one, sir, not a one. And if I'm to be honest, I don't care. If they've stolen it, it's because they need it. Apart from the sugar. And apart from the spoons. No one needs that many spoons. Bathsheba said she'd look into it, and I was happy to let her.
You say the widow took her own cash box and fled. Why would she do that?
A moment of madness, sir. Or so I can only surmise.
Did you see her go?
I did. And not just that, I heard a commotion. As if her quarters were being ransacked. I confronted the thief, but it was she herself. She yelled at me, shoved me aside and fled. I picked myself up and went to follow, but she was gone.
I should have a look in her quarters, so. To solve your haunting, I must investigate the store. Bathsheba's lodgings too. I'd like to do so with your permission. May I have it?
For the store, of course. For Bathsheba's lodgings. Well, not for me to say. Do what you have to do, and if she finds out, it won't be from me.
Did you feel that?
It's close.
This Thomas must be a good friend indeed. Nathaniel is desperate to see him. It's signed NS, as in Nathaniel.
From whom does he expect a payment, and why?
Mr. McRae, do you bring any news about my case?
I must go. Thank you for your time.
Take care, and mention it not.
What a mess. Bathsheba left in a hurry.
Anyone home? I'm Red McCraith, the Banisher. Show yourself.
I think we're alone.
Voices from the past. Wait to be heard.
Who does Duchess Muck think she is? Taking my wares, taking my business, taking my dignity. To hell with her. To hell with Helen Priest. I'll leg it to Boston before I let her take what's mine.
When Helen threatened to take her business, the widow ran away.
Selfish. Times like these demand sacrifice.
The takings are thin indeed. Wouldn't make me want to stay. We found all we could. Might be time to go after our thief.
Mrs. Ingersoll took a cart. Maybe you could follow her tracks.
Not a bad idea, Mr. Sather. Not a bad idea at all. It's locked. There must be a key.
Mr. McCraith, may I help you?
We must talk about the widow's accounts. They're meagre enough.
You surprise me, sir, and by that I mean you do not surprise me in the least. If the coffer was full, I'd be halfway to Boston by now.
Is that why you're selling your stock cheap?
Everything must go, sir. Or I'll not carry this junk back to Boston and the coin will pay my way.
Bathsheba kept the money she owes you, and now you're stuck here. Boston no more than a memory.
That's it, exactly. Now you understand the urgency.
Right, I'll be off. If I've news of your ghost, you'll hear it.
I'd sooner have news of Mrs. Ingersoll, if you can find her.
Cart tracks. That way. Do you think perhaps the late Mr. Ingersoll may haunt his old store?
Back to save his wife, and with it his store? Perhaps. I doubt it.
Bathsheba must have had motivation to flee in snow like this.
Or desperation. The tracks veer to the right. Think you can take on a ghost?
The heart's yours. The roots are mine.
missing cart. Abandoned. The missing cart. Abandoned. The wheel is stuck.
Empty cash box. The widow Ingersoll's, no doubt. novices really have no idea how many miles a banisher runs to solve a case.
I once met Nero Fox, the infamous banisher who solved all his cases from the comfort of his armchair.
I should have become his apprentice.
Thing is, his apprentice was the one that went into the field for him.
A trail of blood. I don't like that.
The tracks continue this way.
Oh, shelter with a damp and itchy straw bed. Just how I like it.
I think Bathsheba was injured.
Looks that way. What with the blood and torn clothing and all.
Is it just me or?
I felt it too. There's blood here.
The tracks lead into this cave. Must have been really desperate.
Reunius vat aster himi.
Go away, beasts! Off with you! That's mine! Come back!
Eaten alive. Hope it was quick.
The wolf took a purse. We should find it. This isn't over yet. Look to me.
search the den. But with a Wingersoll, we'll never again see Boston.
Here's the belt. The purse is with it.
Keys. With the Wingersolls, I don't doubt.
I've seen this symbol in the mines below Fort Jericho.
Why would she have keys to the mines?
Mines. You want to take a look, don't you?
With a Wingersoll.
Follow my voice.